What's going on, guys? In this video, it's gonna be a little different. I want to react to FINNSNOW'S latest video where we actually went diving together, but we got to film different stuff. So I'm gonna see what he got to film on the same dive at the same time as you guys. So let's get into it.
Critter Hunter.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you the craziest dive I've ever done in my life.
It was, I'm gonna pause it. It was, I forgot to mention, the craziest dive we've ever done. I mean, what I mean by dive is, you underwater videographers and photographers know that sometimes you have a dive that's so insane, you get out of the water, you're like, I filmed this and this and this and behaviors and new species. It was just amazing. And the reason I'm reacting to this one is because it was about 2 weeks ago, this dive. Our episodes are like 2 weeks behind, and we filmed different stuff. Like, there was so many critters on this single dive. It was a night dive right in front of his house, that I would show him something, he'd be filming something, I'd find another thing. So we were just filming separate things, and it's always fun to go see what the other guy filmed on the same dive. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go check out what he got, and then at the end of this video, I'll show you what I filmed on that dive. Yeah, these are really cool. I actually saw a lot of these, probably 20 of these on the same dive. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It's some kind of flatworm. It's not a Spanish dancer, but yeah, this dive site was covered in them.
We actually named the dive site Chernobyl.
Oh, sick. I definitely did not see these. Wow. So there's like 4 or 5 of these reef squid together. That's really hard for me to film with my camera because it's all macro and I have to get really close, and these guys don't let you get close. So yeah, props, Finn. That's an epic shot. And I've never seen that many together, to tell you the truth, not here in Darwin. So yeah, I wish I would have saw that for sure.
And thanks to Justin, he found this one. It's also Sherlin's top nudibranch to find, the CRC. But this one, guys, is only found in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, okay. So this is this super rare, weird little nudie, and I actually did find and film this one. So the story is, I was actually filming something else. I think it was one of those red flatworms, and this little bush thing was next to me, and it started crawling. I was like, what the? And then I realized immediately it's some kind of CRC or some kind of butterfly nudie that we've actually been searching for. So I started filming it all while trying to get Finn's attention. I mean, it's night, it's dark, so I was having to make some noise. But I was so happy. I think this is the best find of the night, and I found it. So yeah, I think this is the only critter on this video that we both filmed. But amazing, amazing find. Oh yeah. So, this was also one of the coolest things we've ever seen. And I didn't film it, but I did find it. So we had one of our friends with us from Alegria, and all they have is reef, and we wanted to show them what critters look like. So I was filming something, and this giant just started crawling out from under a like an overhang, and I was like, holy, we've never seen a nudibranch this big. I'm not kidding you, it was over a foot long and must be 5 inches tall. And the really strange thing about it is, it's a really common nudie that we see all the time. That's usually like 1 inch or less. So we're like, what happened? What? Oh my god. And I was so like starstruck. I called Finn over, and he was like screaming in his mask, his rape, what the? And I let him start filming it, and then I went to go get our other friend because I really wanted him to see this stuff. And by then, when those two were starting to film it, our other guide was calling me over for the next thing, so I didn't even get to film this giant, but it was so awesome. Oh, it's a spot fin. So this is kind of the same scenario. I actually found these 2 frogfish or this one and another one, and I didn't film either of them. It was the same situation where I wanted Finn to film it, and then I wanted to show our other friend, and then I got distracted with more critters. There was just so much stuff to film. So this spot fin is actually pretty rare. Really, really good find.
Next nudibranch we got is the Calocamos.
What is that?
Endemic to the Philippines. Only found here as well. First time to see it again.
Wow.
Pretty much everything we saw in that was
there. I've never seen this nudie. I've never even seen it in books. I'm surprised he found the name in the book, man. I have never seen this one. I wish I would have saw this. This was when we were split up and filming separate things, because if I would have saw this, I definitely would have filmed it more, because it's a brand new species to me. Oh my god. For you nudibranch lovers out there, let me know if you've seen one of these, because it is definitely a first for me, man. That's why we named this site Chernobyl, because there's such like deformed and crazy looking species that we never even seen before.
And the next one,
what is that?
Guys, I have no idea what the heck this is.
Oh,
I believe it's a
God.
nudibranch. I did quite a bit of research about it.
Oh, I'm so bummed I didn't see that. I have no idea what this is. It's obviously a nudibranch, but it's like, oh, it's definitely one I've never seen in Darwin out of who knows how many dives. I've never even seen photos in the forums. I've never even seen it in the book or anything. I didn't even know this existed. Oh, I'm so bummed. I definitely would have spent a lot of time filming that if I would have seen that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I saw a ton of awesome stuff, which I'm going to show you in a minute what I saw in the same dive, but this was an amazing find. We're going to have to find that in the book, because that is awesome. Alright guys, yeah, this was an amazing dive. It was so good, and it's right in front of Finn's house that we almost didn't post these videos. We were gonna keep it secret, so nobody goes there and messes with our critters. But we've been diving there so much, so after this dive that, yeah, you're gonna have to watch upcoming episodes. We just decided, like, we gotta share it with everybody. They're all amazing like this. So, yeah, props, Finn. I can't believe you found these two nudies without me. Yeah. Alright. Let me show you what I filmed on this same dive. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so the reason I'm showing you this semi-common squat lobster is because in every single feathered sea star I searched in on this dive, I found another lobster or crab or shrimp. It was insane. No matter what color the star was, there was a critter living in it that was the same exact color. Of course, here's another little common lionfish. These guys just sit there and pose for me, and they're pretty cool, so it's kind of hard to pass them up. This guy was moving around, so I filmed him for a minute. I think I was waiting for Finn to stop filming something. And here's yet another squat lobster and another feathered sea star. These guys are just really cool, and wait till you see the variations in colors on these guys. And here's one of those giant flatworms that I said I seen a lot of on this dive. And Finn filmed the same ones as well. But I just love the coloration. I would put the light behind them and it would just kind of glow through their body. It was such a weird color. And here's a close-up. You can just see his body is semi-translucent, or it just looks like it's glowing from my light. These guys you never ever see during the day. They always come out at night, but I have never seen so many on one dive site until today. By the way, you see that little skeleton shrimp riding on its head? Here's just a common shrimp. Every time they see me, they like to bury themselves in the sand. And here's a less common shrimp. This one was riding on a whip coral. These guys are awesome. I've showed these in a lot of different episodes. They're always hard to pass up. They're so tiny and hard to film though, because this whip coral is just flapping around in the breeze. But he wasn't alone. There's a little shrimpy guy. Oh, now he's gone. There he is. Yeah, I normally always find 2 shrimp on one whip coral, and usually a xeno crab as well. These guys are really cute, but super small. Then I found this little tiny flatworm, and it was an amazing color. I've never seen it in this color. This one was only about 2 inches long, or wide. Yeah, kind of like a circle, so I guess long and wide. But he had these big old warty bumps on him, and he was this transparent white with orange, and yeah, he was just an awesome little color. I think I even called Finn over because he was such a unique one that we haven't seen before. Even without the coloration, we haven't seen this bumpy, warty type of sea slug before. Or flatworm, I guess you'd call it. But the coloration made it even more cool. As you can see, there was a lot of krill in the water, and they were kind of following our light, so it was hard to get some shots. Yeah, this is probably a common crab, I don't know, but I just had to show you guys because it's actually a really cool coloration and pattern. I actually kind of like this little dude. And he didn't mind that we brought over the krill with our lights. I think he was having a good feast. Half the critters we filmed had a good feast, and the other ones got annoyed. Here's another little tiny crab, but I don't think it's a squat lobster. This one was on a sponge, but he was still really cool, and I had to film him. It's hard to pass up any critter, but the unique ones that you don't see every day, definitely not. Here's another example of a feathered sea star, and this one was like maroon or bright red, and I just looked at it, and sure enough, there was 2 crabs. This little one, I mean, look at him, he's just perfectly adapted. And then here's the bigger one. He was a little deeper inside, and I mean, it's really hard to film because the feathers are like opening and shutting, but it's just amazing. I've never seen these guys. I think it's a crinoid shrimp. I've never seen them in this coloration. Like I said, I search in so many different feathered sea stars, and I just never see any. I usually just see the black and white striped ones. But on this night, they were just in every single one, no matter what color it was. Yeah, this isn't National Geographic type footage, but it was pretty hard to film. I mean, this whole thing is moving, the feathered sea star opening and shutting, and yeah, not the easiest. Of course, here's a common Toby. During the day, they're super shy. You'll never get to film them. But at night, they sleep on the floor everywhere. Here's yet another squat lobster. Like I said, they come in every color on this dive site. This one was the exact same colors of his little sea star home. And here is that nudie that I said that I also filmed. I'm the one that found it, so I filmed it first. And it just blew our minds. This guy was definitely a first. And like I said, I thought it was a ball of like coral or fluff that you always see until it started moving. You can see right up front those 2 rhinophores. Actually, they're kind of split, so it's almost 4. But you can see it's definitely a nudie. You can also see the little tiny krill and shrimp just annoying this guy, attracted by our lights. So I had to be pretty quick in filming him. So this is one species of polybranchia, even though there's a lot of them, and it was really hard to find the exact species. I don't even know if it has a name. But you can see it has like those flower petal type things on its back, and this guy was pretty translucent, but with a red tinge, kind of like a red tint in the middle. It just looked crazy when you lit it up, as you can see. So it was like a red rose petal nudie brink. It's just so awesome. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.